Okay, are we live? So we're going live here on YouTube and on Facebook. It's the first time I'm doing this. I'm just gonna wait for you guys to join. So today is about helping you land your first contract as a musician on a cruise ship. I'm a musician myself. I've been working on cruise ships for the past 4 years, and I'm now helping other musicians to do the same. When I started, I was really confused. I would say I was on my own, and I didn't really have anybody to tell me what to do, how to do it, who to apply to, and that can be a little bit overwhelming. So say hello if you're here, and tell me where you're watching from. If you have any questions, so I gathered the questions I got, and I'm going to answer them in the live. If you have any other questions, feel free to write them down in the chat. YouTube as well. So this is going to be available to watch on YouTube as well. I'm not sure I can see the chat on YouTube, but I can see it on Facebook. So feel free to write down any questions you might have. So yeah, as I was saying, I've been struggling a lot at the beginning to make money as a musician. I think this is the main thing that a lot of us are struggling with. And I just didn't know anything about the music industry. And I didn't know anybody who was working on cruise ships as well. So there's so many things that come with getting your first contract. And it's really important that you know these things, because not hearing back from agents is tough. And once you know what you need to do to get a contract and what you need to send and who you need to send it to, everything, it's so much easier. So I'm just going to start with the first question. The first one was, is it possible to get a contract as a guitarist without being in a party band? So yes, there are many different positions for guitarists. The first one is solo guitarist and singer. So that was pretty much my job, even though I was a pianist. But yeah, that's the solo position, and this is the one that is the easiest to get into, I would say. Even though being a guitarist can be a little bit harder than being a pianist on cruise ships. So what you're doing as a solo guitarist and singer is you're playing on your own and you're entertaining every single night in a pub usually. I've worked on different ships, and it's usually on American ships, Royal Caribbean, that I've seen guitar entertainers. But also you can get a job as a solo musician on different cruise ships. So yeah, I think it's important to know what positions there are. Solo guitarist and singer. So you would accompany yourself singing. You can also be a solo instrumentalist as a guitarist, pianist as well. That's a different job. It's more classical. I've seen these mainly on Royal Caribbean as well. So it is definitely possible to work as a guitarist on cruise ship and not to be in a band, because being in a band is great, but you depend on other people. So it can be a little bit annoying to depend on other people. Can you guys comment at all? Can someone try commenting to see if it works? It's the first time I go live on Facebook, so I have no idea how it works. And same on YouTube. I think there are comments on YouTube. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to answer the questions and see after there are questions. So yes, so solo guitarist and singer, accompanying yourself singing, so you need to sing. Solo guitarist as an instrumentalist, which is more classical. So if you're not classically trained, don't do that, because that's not the best. You can also be part of a duo or trio, which is not a party band, it's smaller, but you still depend on other people. You need to find other people. And this applies to pianists as well, right? Guitarists and pianists are very similar in the cruise ship industry. And you can also be part of an ensemble. So this is like the orchestra or the cast. And this is a completely different application process. But I'm going to talk about that in a second. So yes, for the solo positions, whether it's instrumentalist or accompanying yourself as a guitarist or a pianist, or whether you're a duo or trio or an ensemble, you always need the same thing, which is a show reel demonstrating your abilities and that you can entertain. And especially for the solo musicians, it's really important to show that you interact with the audience. And you also need the repertoire list. So it's very important that you have the songs that the cruise ships want to hear, that people want to hear, international songs ideally. These are the main two things. You can also write a CV, but that's not, you don't have to do that. It's not the most important. It's really like the repertoire and the video list, the videos show reel is very important. And if you're applying for the cast or for the orchestra, it's a completely different application process. You have to, it's like a sight reading audition, but you get to know more about that if you apply on the websites of the agency. It's very easy to find online. And I don't know much about this because I've never done it. My sight reading is not good. It's not great. So yeah, it doesn't work. I don't think that I can see. Ooh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to see because I cannot see the comments on YouTube, but maybe that's normal. Anyway, okay, so that's for the first question. I hope I answered it right. Yeah, there are different positions and it's important that you know what you're applying for, because I see a lot of musicians. So I worked as an agent. I worked for an agency for some time last year. And I can tell you that so many musicians apply and they don't know what they're applying for. They don't know what position they're applying. And so, the agencies they cannot just teach you everything. They don't have time. And so it's really important that you know what specifically you're applying for. Okay, second question was, what is a reasonable amount of time to wait for a response from agencies? And to this, I'd like to say that there's no set frame at all. It's really important that you change your mindset around this, because we tend to, especially as musicians, we're very sensitive about our music, our work. And when we don't get a reply from someone, we're like, okay, maybe I should just give up. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe, and we tend to take it personally. So first thing I would say is, do not take it personally. There's no time frame for you to hear back. And I just want to tell you a little bit more about how this works. How it works is the agencies are very busy people, and most of them, 90% of them, never reply when you ask them questions that don't benefit them. So it's a bit of a annoying world. And I just like to say that silence doesn't mean that you're not good enough, doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you, okay? Silence is normal in this world. Agents never reply unless they really have something to tell you. And so they're not just nice people who are going to tell you, don't worry, you're going to get a contract. Like, you can't expect emotional support from agencies, and you can't expect them to tell you why they're not replying to you, because they won't. And that's why I'm decided to do that, because I've seen the gap between the musicians who want to do that and the agencies who are so busy that they can't reply. That's why I'm here helping you guys. So the agencies will only reply to you for two reasons. Basically, the first one is if your stuff is good enough, if they see that you have understood what you need to do in this job position, that you know what position you're applying for, and that you are good enough in what you're applying for. Even if there's no contract, they're going to get in touch with you, and they're going to tell you that they're going to do whatever they can to get you a contract. Okay, that's what usually they do. And the second reason why they might reply to you is they have contracts available for your position and they want you for the contract. If it's not for these two reasons, they're never ever going to reply to you because they're busy. They have so many musicians sending in their stuff and they just don't care about you. Like, it's a sad, honest truth, but they just don't. Sometimes, like last year, I helped one of my friends get her first contract as a piano vocalist, just like me. And literally, we got her ready. I literally coached her from the beginning until the end of, like her getting her first contract. And when she was literally cruise ship ready, we had done like the right video for her. She had the right repertoire. She had everything so right. And she got in touch with many agencies who replied to them, saying that they'll let her know when she can get a contract, when they have a contract for her. And literally after 3 months, she still was not getting a contract. And we were just like, why is this happening? And she just kept waiting. She didn't give up. She kept being available for the contract. And then boom, from one day to another, she got a contract. So it's like sometimes you can have to wait months, and it's annoying, but like up until the moment you get your first contract, things are going to be ambiguous and they're going to be confusing because you don't know this world, you don't know many people in this world, and it's important to be patient, basically. If you never ever hear back, so if your situation is that you have applied to multiple agencies and you never hear back, it's that there probably is something wrong with your stuff. Probably you've just sent your music as it is. You haven't thought about what cruise ships agencies are looking for, what job you're applying for. And in this case, the problem is just that you haven't sent the right thing. So if I was you, I would just look at your stuff and try to send agencies what they want. I have done a video on YouTube about that. I'm gonna help you guys understand what it is that cruise ships actually want from you and how to get a contract as soon as possible, so that you can see if this is the right type of experience you want to have in your life as a musician. I think it's an amazing experience. You get paid, you travel the world. It's not for me anymore. I've done my time on there, but I think it's great. And I would encourage any musicians who are interested in this experience to at least try it, do one contract and see if it's for them or not. It's not for everyone, but if it is for you, like honestly, like I'm so grateful I did my first contract, because I would never have saved this much money. I would never have gotten this much experience over the past couple of years. I would have never met all these people. I would have never traveled this much and get the confidence that I am a musician, that I'm a professional musician, and that I can do whatever I want. And just for these reasons, I would really advise you to give it a go, even if it sounds annoying, because it is a little bit annoying sometimes to get the first contract. And it's a lot of work up front. It's a lot of work up front to get a contract, because you need to build your repertoire, you need to do the video, you need to build a massive amount of songs in your repertoire and learn so much. But like once you've done that, you literally have to do nothing to get contracts after that, and you can get paid, and you get really good pay on ships as well. So, okay, I hope you guys can send comments, because I'm not getting any. I don't know what's happening on YouTube. Is like I cannot see the comments for some reason, but I can see that some people are here with me, which is great. Oh, there's a time limit as well on YouTube. Anyway, okay, let's just go on with the next question. Why is it so hard to get a contract even after auditioning? Okay, so I've listed a couple of reasons why this might be happening. If you don't hear back, as I was saying, is that you're probably not cruise ship ready. It's that either your repertoire is not large enough and it's not going to suit the guests on the cruise. But if it's just this, usually they're going to get in touch with you and tell you what's going on. It can also be that your show reel isn't professional enough. And when I mean professional, it's like you don't have to have a super perfect show reel at all. It just needs to show that you can play live and that you are kind of good enough. Trust me, you don't have to be the best musician as well in the world. But yeah, the show reel, it needs to show interaction, versatility, professionalism. If it doesn't show any of this, it's not good enough. Your musical skills are quite important. If you're applying for a solo act, it's important that you show that you're able to play, and to solo and to do these kind of things. It can also be that, your musical skills. And the problem is that the agents, they don't give feedback. They're not going to tell you, okay, you need to work on this and this and this and this, unless there's just one little thing to change. And so sometimes if you don't hear back, is that something is not right. It's like if you play baseball and you don't get it right, like you need to get so many things right that if there's just one thing wrong, then you can fix it. But if that's a really bad image, but like if so many things are wrong, they are not even gonna bother to answer. Okay, so it's really important that you work on your show reel, on your repertoire, and that you make sure everything is right, so that all they have to do is yes, saying yes, or telling you, okay, you need to work on this or on that or whatever. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much why I'm here, to help you with that. Okay, number 4, would it be better to find musicians who already have cruise experience? I guess this question was specifically to find a band. If you're a musician who want to get in a band, in a duo, trio, or ensemble, whatever. Yes, it's so much easier if you go and find musicians who already have cruise experience, or who know how to, like what they need to apply, who have contacts, because they already know what it's like to be on a ship. They have already worked on the ship. They probably have the repertoire, they have the experience, and you're literally just adding yourself to something that's working already. Whereas if you try to find musicians who have never worked in this environment, it's like you're all beginners. So it's a good idea, in my opinion. Again, like your first contract is going to be the hardest one to get. It's like in business, right? Like your first 100 or 1,000 euros you're going to make from your business is the hardest. Then it's easy to get to, like it's easier to get even to $1 million. I mean, it's not easy, but like it's much harder to get your first dollar online than, I'm really into business as well. But yeah, that's the idea. It's like getting your first contract is the hardest. And so if you find musicians who, even if you don't enjoy it, if it's not the perfect position or whatever, you don't care. Just get in the industry, get yourself known, get the contacts, and get your first experience, and then you're going to be so much more hired easily. And you can find, there are so many groups on Facebook where you can find musicians on cruise ships. You can also be on our Facebook group, right? There are 200 people. I'm not sure if they're all musicians ready to get on cruise ships, but definitely post something on there. Is there someone who would be willing to form a band? Use these opportunities to find people who have the same goal as you. Okay, next question was, should I give myself another chance and try forming or joining a party band? Yes, of course. Again, it takes time, but like the reward is so high when you think about cruise life, what it gives you in terms of the experience as a musician. Again, like the money, the travel experience, the adventure, the everything, it's worth it to me to give it a go, even if you've been trying so hard. It's like your perseverance will lead you there, just like anything in life. And it can be easy to get your first contract, like it can be extremely hard. It can take 1 week, just like as if it can take years. So just go for it. Just keep doing it, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you feel like you're not getting any answers, and ask questions. Again, I'm going to be going live at least once a month in this group. Ask questions. I know this industry. I've been there for 4 years. I know so many agents. I've been an agent myself. I know. So, take the opportunity and ask your questions. But definitely keep applying, keep making yourself available, except if they tell you, okay, are you ready in 2 weeks? Just say yes if you can, because this is an amazing way to just get your first contract and see and do your experience. Okay, cool. Now, I think this is the last question. What can I do to improve my chances? So again, if you have any questions, make sure to give them to me before. I'm going to try to rotate the YouTube one because I don't know why this is. Okay, cool. I have questions on YouTube. So I shouldn't have. Okay, cool. I'm just going to put it back like that because sorry, I'm new to this. Anyway, okay. What can I do to improve my chances? Okay, step 1 is to know exactly what are you applying for. What position are you applying for? Is it the solo instruments list? Is it the solo guitarist singing or like pianist singing or whatever? Is it that you're going to apply with a duo? And also don't go to the agencies and say, okay, I'm a musician available, you can put me in a band. Agencies will not put you in bands. Agencies put you on cruise ships. They take ready acts and they put them on cruise ships. They're not here to form bands. I think there are some agencies that might do that, but most of them don't. It's your job to find a band or musicians who are ready to go for a cruise ship gig, who you have practiced with and you have a video with them. It's your job to do that. That's why it's so much easier to be a solo musician as well, and that's why I've been a solo musician. You get so much more freedom on the ship as well, and the pay is much better as well. Anyway, so what can you do to improve your chances? First, what are you applying for? What position? That's really important. And what do you need to apply to this position? And then some general tips, especially if you're applying for either a solo, duo, trio, or party band or ensemble, is to have your show reel. Ideally, you want to be, again, it doesn't need to be perfect at all. It can be filmed with your phone, but just show that you're entertaining the audience, you're having interactions with them, you have a diverse repertoire. Agents are literally going to look at a couple of seconds of your show reel because they don't have much time. Okay, so yeah, just show that you can engage with the crowd, and you can play different things. Your song list needs to be internationally known, okay? Because usually on cruise ships, it's people from everywhere around the world. So it's important that you know songs that are English. And I mean, all my songs are English and I'm French, so I know French songs as well. But like English songs, 100%. If you're French, make sure that you have a lot of English songs, even though people love French songs, but that's another thing. And then your skills. It's important that if you're applying, for as a solo musician, you know how to do basic solos, on the guitar or on the piano. The expectations are not crazy. You just need to have a good enough voice and to be good enough at accompanying. And if you're applying for the cast or whatever, sight reading needs to be really, really, really good. Sometimes you just get like not even a day to like you get the sheet music and you don't even have a day to practice it before the show in the big theater. So you need to be extremely good at sight reading. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Patience and just keep applying. Keep doing it, even if it's hard. I know it is. So yeah, I think I've gone over all the questions. I'm going to create, I don't know if you guys know Skool, Skool. That's like a platform with communities. I'm working on this because I really want to get a group of musicians who are really committed to this path. So this is going to be a paid community. I'm going to launch it very soon and offer founding my members a discounted price, probably just going to be like €5 per month that you keep forever, just so that we can get the community going. I just want to get people who are really committed to this path so that not only you can find other musicians who are committed to this path to connect with and to form bands, duos, trios, party bands if you need, but also help you with contacts because I know a lot of agencies, and help you with the song lists, the requirements to work on the cruise ship or whatever. So just stay tuned for that in the Facebook group. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a Facebook group called Cruise Ships for Musicians, I think. Yes. Yeah, cruise ship gigs for musicians, something like that. And yeah, just stay tuned for that. And again, €5 per month, you keep that forever. It's probably going to be a more expensive community after that because I really want to get musicians who are committed. And we don't get that on social media only, so that you guys can get your first contract. So thank you so much for watching. I don't think I got any more questions. Feel free to, leave any more comments, questions you might have in the comments of the live on Facebook or on YouTube. I'll reply to them, and I'll see you inside the Facebook group. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day ahead.